Hello and welcome to this very, 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 very special episode of the TNC podcast. It is probably our biggest exclusive ever. I must say I've been hosting these now for absolutely years. And as you might be able to tell already, I'm a little bit nervous for this yellow and green conversation. I've been trying to make this one work for months with a man that's gone from the Championship to the Champions League, the astronaut that came from Sao Paulo and stole our hearts forevermore. He made 96 appearances for Norwich City, our first ever Brazilian player. He scored 21 goals, 17 assists, the 2022-23 player of the season, and now he's here with me, ready to share his Norwich City story, say goodbye properly, and give Talk Norwich City the first worldwide exclusive following his transfer to Galatasaray. It is Gabriel Sara. Gabi, Chico, how are you? How's life in Turkey?
I'm very good. Enjoy a lot. How about you, Chris? It's a pleasure
Very,
to be
very
here.
good. How's the weather?
Cold, but it's
Is
not
it?
as cold as Norwich. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And I should start by saying congratulations, Gabi, because since we last spoke, you and your lovely wife Maria Clara, you've had your little girl Nala. Was she born in Norwich?
Yeah, she was born in Norwich.
Brilliant. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. And they're now with you in Turkey.
Yeah. They're here. They're here. It's been 4 months now.
Amazing, good. And you're settling in all right over there, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like your dad. I'm not asking. Are you all right, Gabi?
Yeah.
Gabi, let's start at the beginning. We should do, right? Take me back to the little boy born in Joinville, Brazil. What was it like for you growing up there as a kid?
To be honest, it was amazing. I grew up with two brothers and one sister, and well, I don't think this is a surprise, but we love football since we were kids. So basically, our childhood was playing football 24/7. And it was quite nice, to be honest. My mom, my dad, they always took care of us. Not every time the life was easy, but, we always had something to eat and a roof above our head. So I can say it was great.
I love that. I love to hear that. It's amazing. And am I right in saying that your dad was a footballer? And also, I've heard that your brother is a rapper. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, my father played football for, I think, 10, 15 years. I'm not sure. But he says to me he was good. That I doubt. The good thing in this interview is that he don't speak English, so he won't understand this. But yeah, no, to be honest, my dad teach me everything I know. So if you think I'm a good player, he probably was a good player. And yes, my brother was a rapper. He stopped it a few years ago, but he really tried in music.
Clearly, talent runs through the family. And something else I know about you, Gabi, as well, is that you are a big dog lover, and you had them sent over from Brazil to actually join you at Norwich. I also understand that you used your dogs to propose to your now wife. So talk to me about your love for dogs and how that happened.
Well, I always, to be honest, I grew up with dogs a lot of time, but we used to live in a small apartment, so we never had this really chance to have a dog for, how can I say this, forever. Sometimes we have for a few months and we cannot keep it, and so when I started living alone, I got my dogs, and when I moved to Norwich, I brought them from Brazil. And for me and my wife, they're really special. They basically, well, they are everything to us, and I thought it was a good idea to use them to make their propose, and I put them like nice clothes and these things, and like in the color of my little dog, I put like "marry me," and
Oh, love it, love it.
I can say it worked.
Well, there you go, Norwich City fans. If you wanted some dating advice, Gabi has just taught you how to be romantic if you want to propose. Gabby, the other thing that I have been told about you, you're a little bit, and I hope you don't mind me saying this. Apparently, you're a little bit of a geek. You're into Mario Kart. You're into Japanese cartoons. Tell me about that.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not a little bit geek. I'm a lot, to be honest. I'm really into animes, manga. Like, I like everything. I had a lot of free time, so I'm always playing video game. Or now that I have my daughter, is harder, of course. But I always had this, playing video games with my friends, watching anime. I really enjoy it, and to be honest, this is 50% of my life.
Really? Wow, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And one of the things that we know about you, Gabby, is you're so fluent in English. Your English is very, very good. And I'd found out that you had started to read at 15 when you were in the academy, and that you enjoy reading books. And that's often something that's kind of not so cool these days, but like it's so important to read as a youngster, right? Because it's taught you the good English that you've got today.
Yeah, to be honest, I appreciate you saying my English is good because every time I feel like I'm not saying this right,
It's
but
good. It's good. It's good.
I appreciate it. Well, I always like to read, to be honest. I don't remember how it started, but I don't know. Since I was 15, 14, I don't remember exactly, but I love read. It's just amazing. I love watch movies, series, animes, but
Yeah.
I think read is something special, like sometimes I don't know, the connection with the book when you dive into a book is, I don't know, it's unbelievable.
And it must be quite nice for you, Gabby, because you're used to, the crowds, the bright lights, all the people, people wanting pictures with you, and the simplicity of just picking up a book and almost just zoning out and relaxing. That must be quite helpful for you as a player at the top of the game, right?
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I think you expressed well this because when you watch a movie, your mind can flow, like can go anywhere, can think about football, can think about problems, whatever. But when you are reading a book and you really into that book, your mind is dead, like there's the present moment is nothing else happen. It's just you and that book and that story that was being told. So I think that's why it's so amazing.
Let's fast forward now, Gabby, to Sao Paulo. And I want to ask you about something that I think you might have found quite difficult, actually, because at 13 years old, you were separated from your family to play for Sao Paulo, right? So how did that affect you as a young 13-year-old? I mean, that must have been really difficult being away from your family.
Yeah, to be fair, my first week I cried like a baby. I remember one day I called my father and I said to him, I want to go home. I miss my life, my routine. I miss my friends. I miss my family. Even my young brother that at that time I didn't like too much. I said I miss him as well. And so, of course, my father, we shared this dream and he spoke to me. And to be honest, my dad is he's used to be really harsh at me because I need that, is how you teach someone to be a man. And I remember one day he said to me, okay, if you want to come home, you come home, but in the middle of the road, I'm gonna let you there and you walk home or something like this. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, because as I told you, life wasn't easy. So my dad knew that, and for 90% of the kids in Brazil, football is like escape. It's a way to change your life. And for me, completely changed my life. So I think in that moment there was something that I needed to hear. And of course, my dad would never do this. I know him. But after like 3 weeks, well, of course, I still missing my family, but was better. And then after that, it was good.
I
I
guess
was
there's a
feeling
nice.
like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, wow. I mean, what an anecdote as well from your father saying that. That's quite incredible. I guess there's a message in this, Gabby, isn't there? That really is and there's lots of young people watching this. You've got to go through some sort of adversity or pain in life sometimes to, achieve special things. And I'm sure now you're pleased that you made that commitment to, spending some time away from your family to get into Sao Paulo.
Of course, of course. This is I used to say like football is my passion, because I spend more time with football than was with my family, than what I'm with my daughter now. So but it's not just like I do this because this is my job, Even when I have free time, I'm watching football. I play football with my dogs. I play video game. I play football in video games. So football is like this to me, And I said I share this dream with my father because he is like me. So basically, we speak every day in the phone, and every day we speak about football. When he comes to visit me, we stop in front of TV and watch football and speak about football. So I think we share this dream, and I think he knew how important it was for me as well. Because in the beginning, I couldn't know if I would become a professional football player or not. But you have to take a risk, And my dad knew that. And if he maybe gave up that time, today I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking like this. I wouldn't have been a player for Norwich or Sao Paulo or anything like this.
Gabby, what's your father's name?
George.
George, thank you. God bless you. We appreciate you. Gabby, let's go. Let's continue on in your journey with Sao Paulo now. What are your feelings towards that club and towards the fans? And of course, famously you have that nickname, the Astronaut, and I'm interested to know what that represents for you, right? Because that was actually originally something said that was almost a bit nasty on social media. Oh, well, if he's a footballer, then I'm an astronaut type thing. So tell me about your relationship with Sao Paulo and the supporters there.
Well, my relationship with Sao Paulo is, to be honest, is just love. Like I grew up there. I half of my life was there, and of course, in the beginning was difficult because for me, football. If you don't, we are a football player. Of course, we are well paid, and all of these we have a good life. And then if you go to the pitch and you don't give it back, it's tough, So the people criticize you. And in the beginning of my career, to be honest, I wasn't doing well. I have to be fair, and I think I deserve that, to be honest. Of course, it's not easy for a 20 years old like guy to listen to things, but that was really important to me because life is not going to be good forever, like in football is like this. In Brazil, you used to say you buy a week if you win a game.
Yes.
So if you win a game, you have a great week, you have peace to work, you can do your job well, we can go out for a dinner, these things. And if you lose, you lost 1 week. We don't go out. You don't have peace to work. You have to hear a lot of bad things. And this was important to me, of course, when this stopped being a bad thing to become a good thing, it was better. But that really taught me a lot.
So if you're saying that, your feelings for Sao Paulo, Gabby, is just love, as you said, we've recently seen, for example, Neymar go back to Santos. In years and years and years and years and years to come, maybe later on down the line, of course, once you've had all of your success with Galatasaray, do you see yourself maybe one day going back to Sao Paulo where you began your career?
For sure. For sure.
Really?
I feel like I started there and I have to finish there.
Okay, but Gabby, I'm sorry to interrupt you, mate. You are going to stop by Norwich City again on the way back, yeah?
Look, I can't promise that, but I would love it because my problem is I really make a connection in the where I go.
Yeah.
I don't like things superficial. So like in Sao Paulo, it's not just the club, it's not just the fans. I have friends over there, like I consider family. In Norwich is the same. Like I have connection with the club, a connection with the team, the city. We, to be honest, we loved Norwich as a city. Was amazing for us. It was unbelievable. My daughter is from Norwich, so let's see
I
what
love
the
it.
future reserves to us.
We must emphasize at this stage, Gabby, and just because we know the Galatasaray fans, he loves being there. He's going to be with you as long as he can
Yeah,
to
of
be
course, of
successful.
course. I'm
Right?
enjoying a
Just
lot
want to
here.
make that clear. Gabby, the other thing I want to ask you about before we do the Norwich City bit, which you're here for, is I want to ask you about your former coach, the former coach of the Brazilian national team, Fernando Diniz. He's someone that's quite important in your life, isn't he? What's the story behind you two, and why is he such an important person to you in your career?
Well, he's an amazing person. He's a quiet guy, to be honest. And in this moment when I had these issues with like being criticized every time and being called astronaut, these things, was a really tough moment. And I think I can say to you, 95% of the coach, they would take me out. They would put me on the bench. And probably if he had have done that, I probably lose all my. I wouldn't be confident. I would be. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't like to play again. You know, like this would put me down for sure.
Wow, incredible.
And you know, in Brazil, the media, TV, the fans. I told you they are cruel. You know, like because this is our culture. We are all passionate about football,
Mm,
so this is too much in our blood. You know, and then if you do well, you are put as a king, and if you do really bad, you go down to hell for sure. So this guy, he had a tough moment with me because you know, most of the time the people were saying bad things about him because he would keep me in the team.
wow,
Yeah, and to be honest, the people were killing him, and he used to say to me, "I trust you. You know, I they don't know you. I see you in training. I know your character. I look. You just have to play football. You just have to enjoy yourself. I'm here to protect you, and do what you know, like enjoy." And
amazing.
then this changed my mind because you know in football it's difficult to find someone like this,
Mm,
because sometimes the people forget that we are humans, you know.
mm.
And that's why this guy was so important in my life, you know. And then he gave me this time, the time enough for me to change, to have to improve and to get better, and that's why I'm so grateful for him.
And so, thanks to him, and thanks to your father and your family,
I was gonna keep going.
you continue to improve at Sao Paulo, and then Gabby, in July 2022, this yellow and green team comes knocking for Gabriel Sara. What were your first thoughts of Norwich City, and what was your first thought of playing the other side of the world to where you were? Please tell me about your transfer to Norwich City.
To be honest, is a funny thing because I've heard about Norwich. Like, I had a surgery in Brazil, you know, 3 months before I moved to Norwich. And Mariela from Norwich, the
Yes, the scout. Yep.
squad, she was in Brazil and we have a talk. She spoke me about Norwich and everything. She said they were interested, but was nothing like, oh, we are coming for you, you know? She
Mm-hmm.
just showed me project, showed Norwich. I knew, of course, from Premier League, but nothing else. I remember she was in my house, my dogs running all over the place, and I was with like after 2 days of my surgery, so I couldn't move
Mm.
and these things. And I remember after she left, I said to my wife, uh, "Look, don't believe in anything that she said because." I'm injury. Football is like this. Maybe she just came here because she was in Brazil, and I lost my opportunity. Or, you know, for me, it was like this. You know, football is hard.
Yeah.
These things happens. And then after 3 months, I was still injured, and everything happened so fast. You know, my
Mm.
agent called me. He said, "Look, Norwich made an offer for you," and I was like, Okay. I'm listening, and I remember after 1 or 2 weeks, I was moving to Norwich, like this. I didn't have to think too much. Was a great opportunity, a great club, a great community. So uh, was amazing.
Did the yellow and green colours help with the Brazil national team?
Of course. I think maybe this is attraction, huh?
I love that. Gabby, so interested to hear about how your transfer happened for sure. I want to ask you, there's a lot to be said about, foreign players coming to England and how long it takes to adapt. I'm interested to know from you, how did you settle into life in Norfolk? Because I remember once seeing a picture of you on social media. You were enjoying a bit of paddle boarding on Cromer Beach. I guess you were trying to find the Norfolk Copacabana. Is that right?
For sure. I have a good time in England, and I love the country, but I'm still Brazilian, so I need some escape sometimes. And to be fair, the life in Norfolk was amazing. We had a crazy life in Sao Paulo, a big city, and then when we moved to Norwich, we felt like everything slowed down,
Yeah.
and this was a great thing because Norwich is an amazing city. The community, these people, they are unbelievable. I swear. I remember to call my dad when I moved, and I said, I never been in a place like this because here you go to a supermarket and everyone is happy, and you go to a gas station and everyone is happy, and I don't know, they are so nice people. It's unbelievable. And I used to have a surf lessons in Cromer. I have a
Did
good
you?
friend there. Yeah, so I used to go there a lot to see friends. They have a surf school, glide surf school, and I used to go there to surf, to do paddle boarding. I used to put my dogs in the paddle and go around. It's really nice. It was really amazing. I had a
So,
good time.
so maybe surfing was the secret to you settling into life in Norfolk. And Gabby, you've mentioned there your dogs again. I'm interested to know. I guess it would have helped because when you first came, your dogs weren't here, right? And I'm convinced, Gabby, and I'll be honest with you, it started a bit slow. You were adapting, but when your dogs arrived, boof, Gavi Sara was here. The magic happened. So, where were you walking your dogs in Norfolk? Just around Cromer, or was there anywhere else?
No, I used to walk a lot. I used to live close to the Kerry Road,
Yeah.
like 5 minutes walking, and I always walk with them in that area uh, most of the time. And then after I moved to Cringlefold, I used to walk in Erlen Park and Eaton Park, close to your house. uh, so to be honest, I almost walk all Norwich with them.
Amazing. I love that, mate. I think we all need dogs in our life, don't we? Let's get on to the
Yeah.
football now, Gabby. I want to talk about your first season at Norwich City. So 2022-23. Dean Smith was the head coach at the time. How was your experience working under him when you first joined, and also perhaps a word on his tactics, style of play? How did you feel in that first season?
To be honest, he's a really nice guy.
Mhm.
I worked with him for I don't know 5 months, I think. But the beginning was quite difficult because I always feel like there's the language barrier. Of course,
Mhm.
I I could barely speak English when I came, and I came from a really bad injury. So I had a surgery. I had to fix my ligaments in my ankle, and when I moved to Norwich, I was still in the process to come back training. So I think in the beginning it was really hard. So I had no friends. My dogs was away, of course, but I cannot say I couldn't play football because of this. But I still get fit to play.
Yeah.
So in a different football, in a different place, uh, far away from home. So I took this. Of course, took some time. Was really frustrating for me because I wanna like show myself. I want to show I'm good enough for this, but in the beginning it was really frustrating.
Mm.
But that's why I love this club too much because the people there they're really patient with me. like the fans, the players. Sometimes I swear, terrible training sessions, a really bad training sessions.
Really?
Yeah, and the people were really amazing to me, because I think they feel it's not easy, it's a
Mm.
massive change. And I think after three months, everything started getting better. Coincidentally, my dogs came, and well, after that, everything started work out, and that was good.
Gabby, what are your dogs' names, please?
Luffy, Aurora, and Baloo.
Thank you very much. God bless you. We appreciate you. You are the reason.
Baloo,
Gabby,
Baloo is a English dog.
is it?
I got him in England.
Oh, I love that. Amazing. Gabby, we finished 13th in your first season. You scored 7 goals in the end. I'm intrigued to know how you felt after that first season because you won Player of the Season, which is amazing. That's an incredible achievement. It's a huge honour for a Norwich City player. So I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on that. But also, of course, it must have been mixed feelings because Dean Smith, of course, got sacked. David Wagner came in. So your emotions must have been all over the place in that season.
Yeah, for sure. We had that's what I say, like, was crazy. If you think what is coming to my mind is unbelievable because in 1 month I was in Brazil at home, not thinking about anything. Another month I'm in England. Everything changed. All my life changed. All the system, all the culture changed. I came from a city with, I don't know, 50 million people to Norwich, like a small place, more warm, like and I don't know. It's a mix of feelings, and we were struggling. We were doing good in the beginning of the season, and then we started struggling, and then they changed the manager.
Mm.
And with a manager, I used to play one game, other game in the bench. And with Dave Wagner, I was like, look, you are the main guy. The ball has to come to you. These things. So was like I share. I think I take this season and I split in two.
Okay. Yep.
I take the first part of the season was like uh, adaptation, changing
Yeah.
country, changing life, these things. And the second part was like, look, we're here to work, we are settled, and let's enjoy it.
I love that. That's really interesting. You mentioned his name there, Gabby. I want to take you to the 23-24 season now. When David Wagner's in charge, you've already said there, he said, the ball has to come to you. What was it like working under David Wagner, and what was his style of play like? And again, what was his tactics like throughout that 23-24 season? Because again, that was a bit of an up and down one as well.
Yeah, it was he was a really intense guy, like, to be honest, I'm really grateful for him because he teach me a lot of things. And when he came, he taught me something that I take for my life, that take responsibility. He When he came, he changed my position, of course, as you know.
Yeah.
And I remember after I played my first game, I was like, what? I was thinking like, what this guy is doing. I'm now number 6. I used to play on number 10, maybe number 8. I'm now number 6. This guy is crazy. Uh, and to be honest, after one game, I understand,
Mm-hmm.
because after first game, I don't remember which game it was. I think it was Preston away. I don't remember. No, it was a cup game. I was having the ball every time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking like, okay, I think I understand now. And then I remember he used to drop Kenny, and Kenny has a really good pass. He can
Mm-hmm.
find a lot of good situations. And I was inside, and Kenny could find me. And then I was like, you know what? I think maybe this will work, and it's good. I can have the ball all the time. I can play. I can enjoy myself. I can go to attack. I can help defensively. So in the beginning, I didn't understand, but after, when I understood, it was like, this is brilliant. This is really good.
That's really interesting. It's fascinating to hear how that position change went through your head, because sitting here on this podcast, Gabby, we had endless debates about, should he be in central attacking midfield, should be here number 10, should be, he's playing out wider, what's going on? And it's good to get your take. Gabby, there's 2 games in that season I want to ask you for your reflections on. One is, of course, again, as always, because it's so easy, we beat Ipswich at home. I want to ask you about Ipswich at home and the atmosphere that day. And I also want to ask you about the Leeds playoff semi-final.
Well, let me start with Ipswich, the good one. To be honest, it was amazing. You know, Norwich is really calm city, and the fans they are quite calm. You know, they are great fans. They are, it's normal. It's amazing. I like it at least. And I remember that week was something else. Everyone was like, because we have to win every game, but sometimes when we lose, the people are like they're more calm, and that week is like everyone's like, look, we can lose it 10-0 to any team, but we cannot lose to Ipswich. It's like this, you know what I mean? I remember it. I was buying food for my dogs, and I met a guy in the pet at home, and I swear I was like minding my own business, trying to find the food, and then the guy came to me really happy. He was happy, and he said, "Oh, are you ready for the derby?" And I look at him like I was polite. I said, "Of course I'm ready. Let's go." And he said, "Yeah, it's better to be." And I was like, "This has never happened to me before, Like usually the people are more like." And then I was feeling it already, Like this was 1 week before a game. And I remember the game day, the fans, crazy noise. It was unbelievable. And it was, of course, for you, that was in the stand, it was amazing.
It was. And then what about the Leeds playoff semi-final? Because that was a very different occasion, wasn't it? Of course, we had the first leg at home, but the second leg and how that season ended. And I don't know, maybe, Gabby, at that point, you knew your future wasn't at Norwich City, perhaps?
Uh, I don't know. Because I was so focused, and when we got into the playoffs, I had a sure in my heart that we are going through. We are going to the Premier League. I was feeling it because our situation when we come into the playoffs was good. We had we didn't lose at home, and everything was good. And then it was a little bit frustrating because I thought our first game wasn't good enough. Our first chance to win, because their game at Carrow Road wasn't good. We had a massive chance to win the game. And of course, when we went to Ladies, how the game started is of course unfortunately. And I remember after we lost, I spent like 1 week really down, like I don't want to do anything. I was really depressed, because I had this goal with me. I want to go. It's not just I don't want to just be remembered that Gabriel Sara, he was a good player. He scored 21 goals and these things. Player of the season. I wanted to contribute. Like the club gave a lot to me. I give back to the club. It's not just a financial thing. It's like we go to the Premier League next season. The fans will enjoy Premier League. Premier League teams come to the city. So this feeling was inside of me, and I was like, and that's why I didn't. In the beginning, I didn't think about leaving straight away, because in my mind I had doubt. So I was like, I have a dream to play in the World Cup. I have to play in the Premier League or in the different league to go to the national team. But at the same time, I want to take this team to the Premier League. So this was a mix of emotions.
Gabby, you're breaking my heart, man. You really are. Let's lift the mood and talk about some happy memories. I want to ask you. I'm fascinated to know, Gabby, what was your favourite Norwich City goal and why? Mine was Millwall away, because it was a bit of a game. It was all over the place. And I'll be honest with you, Gabby, when you collected the ball and you turned your back on it, you hit it, I thought, because I was in the stands that day, I thought it went over the bar. So I went, oh, Gabby, like that. And then I saw everyone celebrating because it was just such a crazy goal. But what about Preston away? The silky skill. What about Leeds at home? Again, the silky skill. Or Rotherham at home,
Ooh.
top bins. I mean, what is your favourite goal, Gabby?
Ah, I scored a really nice goal, to be honest. I like the one against Swans in the. I think it was really nice.
Yes.
I think a free kick against Cardiff was nice, but I think my favorite, and I have to say sorry, George, my
Ah,
brother,
Millwall.
but New Away was amazing.
And of course,
Sorry, George.
Anel Hernandez set you up that day as well, so that makes it even better. Gabriel, I want to ask you now about, of course, the Norwich City fans. You quickly became such a hero with the Yellow Army, and we made a song up for you, which is, of course, Voulez-vous by ABBA. I want to ask you, have you got that song on your phone?
Voulez-vous?
Yeah, have you got the Gabriel Sara Voulez-vous ABBA song on your phone? Did you download it?
No, it's possible.
Oh man, okay. I'll help you download it and you can listen to it.
Okay.
I love it. Well, right then. What about this, Gabby?
Next question for you, Gabby, is going to be asked by a very special former teammate of yours. I think you'll like this.
Hey, yo, Gabby. Who was your best mate? Back in the changing room. Let me know. And I also heard about you, mate. You're living the best life in Istanbul, huh?
You know, I have the exactly mug he gave it to me.
So come on, who was your best mate in the changing room and why?
I won't say just one.
Okay.
But I can say Jack Stacy, George, Marcelino, O'Neill.
Sarah, you're
Borja.
you're listing the whole team, Gabby.
Yeah, no. These five is the people that I had most contact. You know, like every time we talk each other.
And was Jack because of the dogs? You walked your dogs together?
Jack, yeah, we had to be honest, had a really good connection. We talk about a lot of things, and yes, we walk with the dogs. We share like a vision about like a health life. So we have this connection. He's a really good friend.
And so come on then, humor me. We've just had him ask you a question. Onel Hernandez, describe him. What is he like behind the scenes to be in a changing room with?
To be honest, he's exactly like you see him in the images. You know, he's unbelievable. He's such a funny guy, and you know, you know what? I used to be really hard to me to see Onel without a camera. You know, because he has his channel, and every time he's making jokes, and every time he's with that camera, and he's a really nice guy. He's a really, really funny guy. I remember when I arrived, I could speak a little bit of Spanish with him, so he helped me a lot. And he's an amazing guy.
That's great to hear. And I want to get your take on two other players now, Gabby, as well. Of course, Spanish-speaking teammates, Marcelino Núñez and Borja Sainz. What do you see their potential being in the future to come? Because they're extremely talented players playing for Norwich City, much like you were.
Oh no, they're amazing. Not just people, but as a football player. I don't need to say that. Of course, you watch every weekend, but I think I think they are those guys that are able to take Norwich to next step. You know. I think, of course, I've been watching Norwich play, and we have a great team. To be honest, we have a good signs, and I think with Borja and Marcelino, we can be there this season. You know, I think we can go through. Of course, I don't need to say like you know, like I don't need to say Marcelino. Come on, he's a great player. You know what I mean. He's a long balls. He's a smart player. Free kicks, unbelievable. Shooting, unbelievable. Borja, come on. If the right foot is not normal, you know, the guy shooting is crazy. His personality, his passion, you know. So they are incredible.
Did you? Sorry, I can't stop. You just said we, referring to Norwich City, and that is again breaking my heart by
Come
accident.
on.
I love you saying we. It's great. With Marcelino, Gabby, did you used to practice free kicks together?
Yeah.
Yeah. And was he better or was you?
So we had this competition,
Okay.
So who scores more goals in training take the first free kick in the game.
Ah, I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah. So we were really fight for that, like. So every day, every one day before a game, we used to practice, and like, if the goalkeeper don't jump in my ball, I was like, hey, come on, you need to help me, and we have this shock, but it was a good thing, it's push us to be better, so it was nice.
I love that competition. And what about perhaps, Gabby, the biggest leader in the dressing room, and also if you had to pick one player, and I know it's hard, and I know that footballers don't like to say who's the best player, but who's the biggest leader in the Norwich City changing room with you when you were there? And who is the most talented? Obviously not you. Who else was the most talented player?
Speaking about leader, I would say two guys, as you know, Hanley and Kenny, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
They were
why?
top leaders. They, every team. I can give an example like this. The leader, he takes everything for him. He carried the team. So it's like every time you have a problem, Hanley and Kenny deal with this. On the pitch, you could listen their voice 90 minutes, like, go left, do this, do that, protect here, come, like they share their passion, and they got us together, and talented, I would say Johnny Rowe for sure.
Johnny Rowe. And why was it Johnny Rowe?
He's a really skillful guy, He was unbelievable. A little bit selfish. I'm joking, but no. But he's really a great player. I used to watch him play, and I used to think like, bro, this guy, he's a Brazilian. Like, I think playing, he's more Brazilian than me. Unbelievable.
That's amazing, Gabby. That's amazing. This is going to be a quite difficult question, I think, Gabby. If you could go back in time, get in a time machine, go back to the start of your time at Norwich City, what would you do differently? What would you say? How would you play? Would you have had different conversations? Would you have changed positions earlier? If you could start your Norwich City time again, what would you do?
I don't know. I don't think I would change something. I think the thing is, it is what it is, like, we had a great time because I think I had to learn a few things. And maybe, as we said, I had to learn a few things for the future be better. Maybe I come back in the future and it's even better. We never know. But I think I had to learn a few things, and I had to suffer in the beginning for the things be good.
I think that's a totally fair answer, Gabby. And now I want to ask you, and this will probably be quite difficult, so apologies in advance. How emotional was it for you leaving Norwich City? How hard was it to say goodbye to the players, the coaches, the staff, the teammates, the fans? It must have been so difficult for you.
Yeah, everything happened so quick. There was no much people knowing about my move. To be honest, I think just Jack, George, and Longy. They were knowing before me. I remember when I had the news that I was transferred. Jack, Stace was in my house. We were watching the Olympics after we came back from Austria, and even after he left my house, I look at him, and he was happy for me, but he was a little bit sad. And at the same time, I was happy, but I was sad. And then when I finished my move, I called my parents, and everyone's so excited, everyone's so happy, and I was happy as well. And well, my dad knows me, and he said like, I feel you're happy, but well, I don't feel like you are showing this, And I said, We had a great time here. I love these people. I love this place, and I know it's really important to go. It's my dream, and I have to follow it. But I need the time to accept it. That tomorrow I won't be here. Tomorrow the things will be different, and the life that I built here, that was amazing, is gonna be in the past. So just that. And because the things happen so quick, I travel one day after, so I couldn't say goodbye to everyone. I had to come back 1 week after to say goodbye and to see them. And I didn't have time to, I don't know, to go for a last walk in the city center, or take my dogs for the last walk in the park, or something like this, or have a last surf lesson, last time at Carroll Road, last time at Coney. So everything was too fast.
Very difficult. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's as I told you, every time is the same thing. The football life is like this. It's a mix of feelings. It's one life that gets in the past, and the other life it starts, and well, it is what it is.
I can tell by your answer, Gabby, that you've not maybe processed leaving Norwich, that it's in your heart. Like I can feel it in you. Like you're almost struggling to talk about it. So there must have been some tears when you left.
Yeah, of course I didn't cry because I don't like cry. But it's, how can I say this? I told you, like, I make connect with people wherever I go, like even in Gala now, I make a really good connection with these people already. The same way I did with Norwich, the same way I did in Sao Paulo. So when I left from Sao Paulo to Norwich, I was in the same like feeling. I was, I'm happy to go, but I'm sad. And then in Norwich was the same thing. But I think in Norwich was a little bit harder because in Sao Paulo I had time to say goodbye. I had time to see my friends. I had time to, we spoke to my family about it. I had time to slow down and do the things properly. And in Norwich it was like this, Look, the airplane is coming tomorrow. We go, and then Norwich was a really good community. I wanted to do something to say goodbye. Like I wanted to walk in city center. If the people see me in the streets, like say a proper thank you or something like this. Take a last look at Carroll Road because I don't know when I will come back.
Gabby,
These things. Like simple things that are important, and that's what a little bit frustrating. And say a proper thank you for the people in the city, because I swear, you guys, for those watching, you are amazing. Like I love you from the bottom of my heart. I swear.
We perhaps, Gabby, you'll come back to Norfolk and we'll have to do some sort of event where you can say goodbye to everyone. I'm sure we can make that happen. Gabby, before we get on to your proper goodbye to the Norwich City fans, I actually want to ask you about Johannes Hoff-Turup, of course, the new head coach of Norwich City. You went on pre-season tour with him. What do you think of him as a head coach, and are you excited as a Norwich City fan for the future of the club with Johannes at the helm?
Yes, I had a 1 month of training with him, and since he came, I knew he had great ideas. To be honest, he's a really smart guy. In the tactical point of view, is amazing the way he played. You can see he can create a lot of situations of goal. Norwich is one of the best attacks in the competition, but of course, it's a massive change that the way we used to play. So, and it's a different way to play, so it takes time, of course, but he's doing a great job, and he's a brilliant guy. Not just him, but Glenn as well, that works with him. Amazing guy. And the short time that we spent together, he taught me really good things. And we had, of course, just one conversation about the move situation, and he was a really understandable guy. He said to me, "Look, I respect your decision, but if you stay, I will take care of you. I will help you in these things." So
Good.
I appreciated what he said, what he did. If maybe different player would try to make me stay, or maybe put me to training separately and said, you want to leave, so you don't train. And he was like, I continue, and why you don't go? And if you don't go, we are here together. And for me, this was really important.
That's good to hear, Gabby. You're now a Canary for life, aren't you? And I think you've already told me you follow the scores. Do you watch the games at all? And would you come back to Carrow Road to watch a game and maybe have one more of Vicky's omelets?
Oh, of course. Not just Vicky. You have to speak about Chef Dan, because otherwise he kill me. But no, but for sure. It's just now I don't have time, but when I have time, I want to go. Look, don't be surprised if one day you see on social media I'm walking in city center. I don't know, stop somewhere to have a coffee, because this is in my heart. I'm a Canaries fan. I have a Canaries TV account, so I watch game through there.
Yeah,
and I have to pay £25. Now it's not for free anymore for me. So I pay monthly, but I really enjoy watching. I watch my friends. This I cannot say this every time, but they're just amazing. So I will be forever grateful, and forever I will be following.
I love to hear that, mate. Let's talk about Galatasaray. Now, you've arrived. It's incredibly exciting watching you play at that level with those incredible players, which we'll get onto in a minute. But what are your goals and aspirations, both personally and with the team at Galatasaray? What do you want to achieve with them?
Well, I want to win everything is possible. The Turkish Super Cup, we are first position, and we are doing well. Europa League, I know it's hard, but I want to achieve it. I want to win. Because it's a great challenge. We have a great teams in the competition, and if you win, you are in the top. So everything that we play, I want to win everything.
I love that, and it's right in saying that, of course, a big goal for you is to play in the national team at one of the big international competitions, right?
Yeah, for sure. I came for that, If I make in the national team, for sure this will be massive for me as individually, as that kid that dream with this, and I think for Gal as well. I think the fans will be really proud of me, and well, I hope, and I'm working really hard for it. That happens soon.
You will get there, working. You'll get there. Although we're going to have a bit of a problem, Gabby, because if Brazil play England and you're playing, that's it. You're the enemy, Gabby. I'm sorry. We're going to
but our uniform is more similar to Norwich than the England. You have maybe you get confused. Our uniform in Brazil.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, true. Good point. Maybe we should all support Brazil.
Maybe you get confused at the time, and come on, Gabby.
I love it. Gabby, you've mentioned your teammates at Galatasaray already, but to name a few: Icardi, Osimhen, Torino, Mertens. Now Morata is with you. How cool is it to train with such quality players and play in the Champions League with Galatasaray? It must be an incredible feeling.
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable. These guys, they are crazy, they are unbelievable players. They are so good. They played so many times Champions League, they played the World Cup, they played they lived so many things that I want to live, So it's always good to have to get some experience from them, to listen their stories and to see how they work, because what they did is one step to get success, you have to follow these steps, and to be honest, to play Champions League was incredible. I think just when you start listening that song before the game starts, you feel like it's worth it, I don't care what I came through in the past, is worth just this.
Gabby, what would you say though, the Champions League song or On the Ball City? Which one's your favorite?
Oh. Now you got me. I would put Champions League a little bit higher, but
Okay,
just a
thank
little
you.
bit. Not much, not much.
I love that, my friend. Gabby, I want to ask you now about the Galatasaray fans. I remember when I shared that, your deal was done. You were moving to Galatasaray from Norwich City. I remember their fans swarmed it. They were just crazy, fanatical. What was it like playing in front of such passionate supporters at Galatasaray?
I swear, it's amazing. It's in the game you cannot listen anything.
Hmm.
If you play with me in the midfield or attacking, if I try to talk to you, it's impossible because they are always singing. They are unbelievable. I cannot walk on the street. They are so passionate. They love football. I swear, I came from a place that used to be called the contra football. Like Brazil is, but I think these people how they live football here is incredible. It's like it's football 24/7. Every game you have like 50,000 people in the stadium. They support everywhere we go. Like for if you go away in the Europa League to play in anywhere, they will be there in the airport. Like 300, 400, 500,000 people, like singing, waiting for us, showing to us like that love and that we believe you, we trust you. So they are they are another level. If you come to Turkey one day to watch a game, you feel it for sure.
If you invite me, Gabby, I'll be there. And
Oh.
from the Galatasaray fans now, back to the Yellow Army, back to the Norwich City fans. Gabby, I know the reason why you wanted to do this TNC podcast exclusive with me today was to say goodbye to the Norwich City fans that, had supported you up and down the country, supported you all over, sung your song, best we've ever seen, number 17. What is your message to the Norwich City fans? Please share it.
I thought this would be easier. So, well, I don't want to take too much words because like it's not something that you can just express. You know what I mean? Like it's not something easy. That's why I want to do it properly, maybe on the street or I don't know, because we had a really good time. So I just want to thank you guys for everything. I want to say thank you. We had a great time. You guys. I can say I can put everyone like together, the fans, the people in the city that even if they don't support Norwich, I would like to say thank you to them as well. To the people in the club, staff, everyone, players. I really appreciated what you guys did to me. You were patient in the beginning. You helped me to become a better football player, a better person. And it's not just that. Is the way you are is unbelievable. You guys teach me a different way of life. It's not just we support him and we sing his song. It's even like a good morning that you give in the supermarkets or any simple things that you guys teach me was really incredible. And I just want to say thank you. And well, I hope and I wish we can see each other again and we can enjoy a good time in the future together again. Let's see what the future reserves to us. But that's me say thank you to all of you. I appreciate
Gabby,
everything.
mate, you'll make me cry, so I'm going to have to interrupt you to stop you. I will respond on behalf of the Norwich City fans to you, Gabby, and I will say thank you for everything you did on the pitch for Norwich City, but actually, thanks for everything you did off the pitch. Thanks for being who you are and how you are. Your warmth, your kindness, your smile, your Brazilian nature. You are exactly what Norwich City fans want in a Norwich player because you help the local community. And, personally, I just want to say thank you because, of course, our charity partner, Big C, who help local people affected by cancer. You have personally donated money to that charity. You've given away signed shirts, signed shoes, and you alone raised £2,690 for that charity. So, Gabby, thank you on behalf of Norwich City fans. Thank you so much for jumping on this podcast with me today. I really appreciate it. We wish you the very best of luck for your career. And thanks for coming on, Gabby.
Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to be here, to be honest.
And thank you so much to all of the Norwich City fans watching and listening around the world. If you've enjoyed this one, of course you have, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up on YouTube, 5-star review on iTunes and Spotify, and make sure you're following at Talk Norwich City for the best content on Norwich City on social media. What did you think of this episode? Let us know. Tag us in all of your posts and I'll share all of them as a thanks for your support. Gabriel Sara, there's only one thing left to say. What's that?
On the ball, City.
Yay!